Hey everyone, welcome back to another diamond painting review here on my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie. Today we're going to be talking about the kit Paracutes from Munimade. I'm going to be doing an in-depth review of this kit with you to share about my experience of working on it, whether I'd recommend buying it, and what I loved, didn't love, and everything in between. Hopefully this is going to give you a sense for if you do want to spend your money on this kit or with this company, and yeah, we're gonna dive into it. So this was a really cute snack size kit. It was my second kit that I worked on for 2026, where I was just in the mood to work on something small with a cute, happy color palette. And Munimade has never really led me astray in terms of quality in my experience of working on a kit. Overall, I would still say that I liked this kit, but there were a couple of things that I ran into that were a little unusual for me in terms of what I usually have when I'm doing a Munimade kit that we'll talk about. But the finished look of it is really adorable in my opinion, and it was a really nice break from the larger square drill kit that I had been working on that had a darker color palette. So it definitely worked for that. Now I have my diamond painting logbook, which is where I track all the information that I have about various kits that I've worked on over the years. This will actually be I think the second to last entry in my logbook. I have technically 2 pages left, but I think I'm going to save the last page in case I want to write down any stats or something from the whole logbook. But just to show you what this kit looked like in terms of stats. The artist for this kit, I have a black cat and his fur everywhere in my house. The artist is Jessica Maltezo. She has a lot of these really cute artworks with Munimade. A lot of them are this smaller size point. So if you're looking for a snack size project, these are a great option. 30 by 42 centimeters, 29 colors in total, and round diamonds. I started this one on January 15th and I finished it on the 20th. I could have finished this much faster, but I was traveling. I took this actually with me when I went on to a long weekend visiting some family, and I did work on it a little bit while I was there. It was very, very travel friendly because it was so small, but I was otherwise busy, so I didn't spend a ton of time on it, and so 5 days, not terrible. Confetti wise, I rank this, I apparently forgot to write. I just wrote 3/10 instead of 3 out of 10. That's the idea, is 3 out of 10. Enjoyment, I almost gave this a 3 out of 10 as well. I bumped it up to a 4. I was a little on the fence, and the drill count total was around 16,000 diamonds. I wrote out things that I loved in the meh. We'll talk about all of this, of course, but a quick note that I purchased this in August of 2024. I kind of want to mention, especially with these smaller shops, though, you know what, bigger shops too, honestly, because they're always making changes, but I like to mention when I've purchased a kit because often shops of any size really will make upgrades, make changes, make improvements in particular, and so given that I have a lot of kits in my collection that have been purchased at any number of points in time, in the past 5 or 6 years, I feel like it's helpful for me to mention just when I purchased it. I don't know that there have been any major changes since I purchased this one. I don't think they've changed manufacturers or anything between now and then, but if there might be some things that they've tried to improve. But yes, I have the drills here as well. This was really easy to kit up into this little storage. Well, I didn't even need the whole storage container. I could have used something smaller, but this was easy. But here are my drill colors. I did have plenty left of all my colors. I ran into some static, which is fine. I don't typically count static as a con for me when it comes to diamond painting because so much of it is weather dependent, and also because static is something that you'll often see happen when the diamonds are made of resin. And in my opinion, especially with square drills, this is a round drill kit, it's less of a thing. I'm pretty sure Muni still does resin for her round drills. But resin is typically a higher quality material than acrylic, which is the other material option. And something about resin is more prone to static. And so I'm I can deal with static, use some dryer sheets, call it good. If that's all I have to deal with in order to get a higher quality product to work with. So I just mentioned it though, in case you're like, what's that square? What's going on? Or if static is a deal breaker for you. Even though it's not a deal breaker for me, it might be for you, and that's valid. So I will mention that, yes, these were staticky. They came in their own resealable baggies, but I am not a baggies person. I know that it's very travel friendly, but I find the plastic bags to be even more static prone. Working with them is a pain for me, but I know lots of people do like that. I will always take baggies and put them into structured storage containers like this one. It just is a sanity saver, and yeah, I'll virtually never work out of baggies because of that. So yes, let's talk about this kit. I want to give you kind of a good look at it overall. Kind of from further back, you can see how this looks. I think the way that it looks finished is really pretty. One of the things that I think Munimade truly does best and really helps this company stand out among the small shops out there is, in my opinion, they have one of the best rendering styles out there. Oh, there's my cat singing the song of his. I just filmed a post review before this one where he was doing his little chirpy song there in the background too. He's fine. He just hears me recording and hears me talking, thinks I'm talking to him, and he talks back from upstairs. What are you gonna do? We've got a cat in this one, so I'll call it on theme. Anyway, Munimade rendering, in my opinion, one of their best strengths. This company is one of the most detail-oriented companies out there and have just a super, super high bar when it comes to quality and their dedication to just overall quality. For example, they will sometimes run these sales where they'll sell kits that they will call B grade in some way. And I am telling you, whenever I pick up kits or diamond painting accessories for them that she lists as B grade, I'm always like, where are the flaws? I can't find them. She seriously has the highest commitment to quality out there. And so that is one of the reasons that even though you're going to hear me talk about some things that I had issues with this kit, I'm going to give her that feedback. And also it's not going to stop me from buying from this company and continuing to work on their kits, because some of my experiences with this, I feel like were a bit of a fluke, but I'm getting ahead of myself. We're talking about initial impressions, which is truly that no matter the rest of my experience on this kit, I think the rendering on this was perfect. I thought it was lovely. The color palette was so pretty. I love the special drill charting they went with. I love the clean and crisp lines. This is exactly my style personally when it comes to how diamond paintings turn diamond paintings into, or artwork into diamond paintings. Some companies out there will use more of a computer rendering style where it's going to end up being a lot more confetti heavy. There's going to be a lot softer lines, for example, where this has a really clean and crisp outline on here. If it's more of a computer rendering, you might see, softer edges, a bunch of different colors making up this line. Whereas in a hand charted kit like Munimade does, someone has gone in and made sure this is a really clean and consistent, crisp line. It's all the same color, which is very, very, very true to the original artwork where it is a clean outline. I hope that makes sense. Just a quick crash course on what rendering is and some different rendering styles out there in case you're not familiar. So yes, that has got to be one of my favorite things that Munimade does, is the way that they render their kits with this hand charted style. The special drills I mentioned, I really liked the placement of those. So the special drills in this kit, there is like a white glimmery diamond. You can see there is here. There's this really pretty kind of peachy light brown glimmery diamond, which you can see here. We have this white AB that makes up, I think these are like little constellations in the background. So there's one there. We have some little star sparkles over here, little constellation down here, as well as over there. So I love that special drill placement. Some more of the white glimmer here in the party hat. There's this kind of peachy AB in this guy. So the different characters have lots of special drills, at least these two do. So this one's got lots of ABs that I thought was pretty cute. And then I think that was there's some more of the white glimmery diamond over in this party hat too. So I like the special drill placement a lot. It feels very, very, very intentional. It doesn't feel like it was random, which again goes with the the hand charting that I was talking about. Other things that I loved, I mentioned how I liked working on a small snack size kit. Munimade offers a nice variety of different size points. And so if you're wanting a bigger kit with more going on and more details, it's going to be a bigger undertaking. She has those. If you're wanting a more snack size kit, she has a really nice selection of these too. So there is that. One thing I forgot to write down, but I want to mention because it just came to mind that is also a big plus, especially in the small shop world, is that Munimade is a shop that when they list something on the website, it's because they have it in hand to ship out right away. Munimade doesn't really do the pre-order or made-to-order thing, which a lot of shops do, a lot of small shops especially will do. Instead, Munimade does it how like Diamond Art Club and Dreamer Designs do it, which is where they almost always are doing, when they sell something, it's because it's in stock. They have it in hand and are going to be shipping it out right away. And I know a lot of you, when you order, maybe you've been burned by other small shops, or maybe you just really don't want to wait for weeks, months, or more to get a kit in. I get it. That's me some of the time for sure. Munimade, you don't have to worry about it. If it says it's in stock, it is in hand, and she is shipping these kits out fast. So you can rest assured when it comes to that. I'm not an affiliate with Munimade. I purchased this kit myself. But I know that is a huge plus for a lot of people. I just realized I was starting to sound like a sales pitch, and so I wanted to mention it. But yeah, I really do like these kits. So that comes through. It's because I've worked on a few of these kits and I've had a good experience. So other things, I liked the quality of most of the materials. I'll explain why I say most and not all in a minute. But the canvas material, I like the canvas material. It's kind of short lint, soft lint. A lot of companies use it, but the weight on it is nice. It's laying flat well. The glue was good for the most part. I ran into a really weird issue with this kit that I haven't run into with them before that I have to believe is a fluke. We'll talk about it. And then we talked about special drill placement and the overall rendering. Now that said, I do have a list of things that I had problems with. And all of these are things that, like I said, I haven't run into before, but it did really affect my enjoyment of this kit. So first thing that I want to talk about, I'm going to zoom you in because it's going to be way easier to see, is I did run into some gapping with the round drill field on this kit. You know what it reminded me of was Diamond Art Club. Up until like a year and a half ago now, their round drill field was a little bit more gapping prone, where if you tried to multi-place more than like 4 or 5 diamonds in a row, then they would get too scrunched up and you'd have to move them. This is a spot where you can see a little bit of the gapping, where it was hard to get things placed evenly. I like to use a 12 placer. I want to place a bunch of diamonds in a row, especially when there's color blocking, and zoom right through kits like this. But I had to do multi-placing in much smaller amounts, and I did get to a point where I was like, I know this is not even, but I just want to move faster than that. Now, along with that gapping was, if you take a look here, you see how around those white drills there's a little bit of those black marks sticking out around the edges. This was one of those symbols where it was hard to cover the symbol completely because it was, let me see what this one was. I think this one may have been the letter H. Where this was just a bigger symbol on the canvas. It was harder to get the drills centered just perfectly enough that it was covering up the symbol completely. Actually, so you can see where that was. I tried to go back in and fix it, but what would happen was that when, depending on how I had turned the canvas to work on it and how I was looking at it, like this one, I probably was working on it this way. And when I placed the drills, and from my angle, like sitting down, I was probably looking at it more like this. I didn't necessarily see that there was, this corner of the symbol I hadn't covered up. So but I did not go back and fix it because I was kind of ready to be done. I have to be honest with you. Some of the symbols were not an issue. You can see like plenty of these colors. There was not a problem. It was just a couple of the symbols that were bigger. So for example, this light pink color was a lowercase n that was easier to cover up. But then again, we have this color here. It was like an uppercase H. You can see the tops of that. That was just harder to cover up. So that you call, I don't know if it's gapping or a symbol issue. Like the symbol maybe could be a little bit smaller. Maybe the drills were an issue. I'm not sure. So there was that. The other thing that I ran into that this was significant enough that it really did affect my enjoyment of the kit. I'm going to pour some out so I can show you more easily. I pulled out a lot of the bad diamonds. I'm hoping there's still going to be some in here that I can show for demoing purposes. Okay, let me look through the camera and you can see. Okay, you see this drill right here? Has a little black speck on the top. You see, oh yeah, you can see a bunch of them. Little black speck there, kind of a weird mark there, black specks here, black specks down there. Yeah, oh yeah, you can see it. The more you look at it, the more you see. And this is with me having picked out a ton of them. Yeah, there's just tons of drills with little marks on the top. That really was bothering me a lot. I feel like it was really, when you step back, like if you're really farther back, maybe not as visible, but especially up close, yeah, like I was noticing all these drills that had marks on the top. And so I was nervous I was going to run out of this drill color. So I was kind of setting the ones that I had pulled aside in case I ended up needing to place them on the canvas. And once I finally got to a point, like I was getting towards the end, I was like, I don't care. I'm just gonna, if they have marks on the top, as long as it's not super obtrusive, I'm just going to place them because I'm kind of ready to be finished with this kit. But that was pretty unusual. I don't really feel like this is something I've run into to this extent with Munimade before. I've occasionally run into it. I feel like maybe there was one color that I ran into. I might be misremembering. I'll have to go back and watch my own post review. But I did a kit called Don't Leaf Me from Munimade. I'm trying to remember if there were issues with the color in that one with little marks on the top. But it wasn't to this extent that I can remember. Actually, is it in this logbook? I could literally flip back and find it. But I just wrote some trash drills for this one. For this was Don't Leave Me. I just had some trash drills. I didn't write ones about marks. So anyway, I thought that this was kind of unusual. I'm going to send, pictures and feedback to her just so she's aware in case this is something that others have run into. But that did affect my enjoyment because I wasn't able to, between these drills, I saw that drill go flying. I don't know where it went. I'll find it later when I am cleaning up. Between these drills, this and a couple other colors had this problem. Between those being problematic and the gapping and the symbol size issue, this ended up being less relaxing to work on than I expected because I had to just work in such small sections. I couldn't multi-place is really what it came down to, between having to pick out the drills I didn't want to lay and not being able to multi-place more than 4 or 5 drills in a row without having to adjust. It was not a kit I was able to multi-place on, and that's what I had been counting on when I pulled out this kit to work on. So that was kind of a bummer. Now, the other thing that I ran into that I am convinced is a fluke just because of what happened. I've never run into this before, and with Munimade again, and that was that there was a patch of this kit right in here. There was probably 50 drills that were affected, maybe 100, just like this little swoop, this little cutout here where the glue, it was like it hadn't been poured there. Someone had accidentally wiped it off. I tried to take a picture where the lighting grabs it, and I'll insert it if I have it and if it looks the way that I feel like you'll be able to make sense of it. But basically you could see where the light hits it, that there's this patch that has a different texture. That was not sticky at all, like at all. And did I want to go and find wherever the heck I had put this diamond painting glue that I've bought forever ago and have never actually had to use on a kit before? No, I didn't. I was feeling lazy. And it was such a small area that I thought, let me try this trick that I haven't had to use in a while, but I'd used in the past with some success. And that was to grab some clear nail polish. And again, because this was a pretty small area, what I would do is I would do a little thin layer of that clear nail polish on, 10 symbols. And then I'd use tweezers to place the drills in that and then kind of let it set. That worked. These are here. But what I am planning to do is to go ahead and go over this and seal it just to be totally safe, because in the grand scheme of things, a layer of clear nail polish, OPI brand or whatever, like it's just simply not going to be as strong as like true glue would be. I've used this trick on 1 or 2 other canvases before, but it had been a while and I was like, is this really going to work? But I'm pleasantly surprised to say that, yeah, no, like those are there. They're not falling off. So, and that was a couple of days ago, so I'll take it. But that, again, that has to have been a fluke. I've never run into that with Munimade before. And so I don't know. Honestly, I know that I just gave like such a laundry list of issues that it probably sounds like, Katie, for real though, how can you recommend this company still? Again, I will tell you, I'm not an affiliate of this company. I've purchased my kits from them, and it's because I have completed like half a dozen other kits from them and have simply not had these issues. And because I'm confident in their customer service and the fact that I know that as soon as she hears this feedback, she's going to be like, okay, I want to chase this down and make sure this isn't something that's happening with other people. So all these different things make me go, yes, I'm still going to recommend purchasing from this company and I'm going to continue to work on kits from them. But I also totally understand if you watched this and heard what I was talking about and you're like, I'm gonna hold off. And to that I say, I get it. If you're interested to see some other reviews that I have done from this company, to see some other examples of their kits completed and hear my thoughts on those, I'll have them linked below. So you could take a look and you can decide for yourself, based on my experiences and my thoughts on those, just maybe get an overall picture of Munimade as a company and decide for yourself like, oh, this is something that yes, I do want to try, or no, I don't want to. I will say that I think it's really nice that Munimade does have so many smaller size canvases. So if this is a new to you company and you're kind of unsure if this is something a company that you want to, if you're going to enjoy their kits, basically, you have these really low stakes options where you can get a small kit and try it out. You're not spending as much money as if you were buying a huge kit. It's like you can get a smaller kit, try it for yourself and see like, okay, this is something that I do enjoy, or no, it's not. And it's okay because this is a smaller kit. So, yeah, I do want to also just mention that Munimade has a lot of accessories, a lot of diamond painting accessories. The washi tape on this kit is licensed washi tape from Munimade that she licensed this from the artist, and it's washi tape that matches the artwork for this one. I just thought it was so cute, and I had picked it up a while back to go with this kit, and so I could, of course, had to use it with this one. Munimade also, they got into the diamond painting small shop game by doing accessories. This is actually one of their OG trays, like one of the very first kinds of trays that they did. So this was like a version 1. I think they're up to like a version 3 maybe now. They've made a ton of improvements. The ones that they do now have like thicker walls and have like little cutouts here. But this was a version 1 Munimade tray. Their trays they're these large size trays. They're my ride or die. Like if I could only use one tray for the rest of my life, it's going to be a Munimade large tray. They're my favorite. They're amazing for multi-placing, and there's a huge variety of colors available, and they're just really nice quality. And they used to be really, really, really difficult to get your hands on. I think they've gotten easier. And she does offer, I don't know if she's still offering customs, or I think she recently changed her format with that. But anyway, you do have the option when you get a diamond painting from them to add on a premium toolkit. And that includes a tray color that they've chosen that coordinates with the kit. It depends on the size of the kit, if it's going to be a small or large tray. Like for this one, the premium toolkit probably comes with a small size tray because it's a smaller size kit. It has all that in the listing, but you do have the option of adding on a premium toolkit if you wanted to, or you even have the option of just saying no toolkit, which is me. I have plenty of accessories. I don't need more. And they have some other accessories too that you can shop from. So if you're looking for other diamond painting related things besides kits, they do have them. And they have a rewards program and stuff too that you can earn points over time and then save a little bit when you're shopping. So I definitely recommend making an account and taking advantage of that too, because they don't tend to run a ton of sales, but follow their social media especially their Facebook, for if and when they do run any sales. I think that is my kind of info dump about Munimade, just things I wanted to mention. But yeah, overall, I would say even though this was not like the best experience I've personally had with a Munimade kit, I am, as of right now, considering this the exception rather than the rule. And I'm going to see, what my next Munimade kit is like. And also, like I said, going to put together some feedback to send over just so she's aware, hopefully I'm just going to try to share my thoughts in a really kind and helpful way. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Have you worked on a kit from Munimade before? What was your experience like? Do you think you want to shop from them if you haven't tried them out before? You're going to hold off for now? Very interested to hear your thoughts and experiences below. And if you want to see other post reviews that I've done from a variety of different diamond painting companies over the years, I will have my post review playlist linked below that you can take a look at. If you're looking for other small shops or big shops to try out, you can see that there. But yeah, subscribe if you want to see more diamond painting videos from me. I'd love to have you here as part of my community. I do reviews and unboxings from a variety of different companies, like I mentioned. I do weekly whip and chats and diamond painting how-tos and more, and I'd love to have you here. But I'm going to let you go, friends. Thanks so much for watching. Have a day and a week as wonderful as you are, and I will chat with you in the next one. Bye, guys.